What's up, guys? Welcome to my first track day ever. This is at Mid-Ohio for any of you guys not aware. It's around Columbus, Ohio and Lexington, Ohio. It's a really good racetrack. Definitely fun. I've heard from some people it's not ideally the best place to start as a beginner, but that's where I started. So it was just really fun to get out. The organization I went with was called Three Balls Racing, so there will be some controversial things about the way this group runs, but I really enjoyed it. So what you do is you pay for your track day, you make sure you got your helmet, you do your checklist, you fill that out before the track day itself, turn that in, so you show up track day. Basically, if you're a beginner, you have the option to follow a lead car in front of you, or you don't have to. So really there's no in-class instruction or anything like that. They'll look at your GoPro footage, they'll help you with your lines if you want to walk through the track or anything like that, and then like I said, you're able to follow somebody in a higher group. So they do provide all those things, and I know that's not a way that most organizations run. In some stricter organizations, you have to do class time first, and then you do a ride along with an instructor, and then finally they release you out to the track by yourself. Unfortunately, with the COVID-19, you have to be 6 feet apart from each other, so for this event you can't be in a car with an instructor anyway, and this organization says they're going further away from that. Now, yeah, shut on that if you want, but that's just the way it was. Me personally, I was just excited to get out and shake down the car. If you can see here, following a STI, I ended up speaking with this guy later. He was a stock STI, so I think he'd done a couple of track days before. Not sure if he'd been to Mid-Ohio or not. Anyway, this was the very first track session following the STI, and it really gave me a lot. I was watching some of his lines, and I was just trying to figure out the capabilities of my car, which seemed a lot greater than what they were here. As you can see further throughout the day, we'll come back to this STI, but we did hit traffic in the first section, and once we got past that, it was opened up. But it was definitely a good session for this, so I got to shake down the car, look at the temperatures, feel out the handling of the car with all the chassis bracing, suspension, coilovers, the sway bars, everything that I had done to the car up until this point.
Yeah, boy, first track day, second session. Here we go. Got my buddy in front of me, Mike, and then we're following another guy we met up with. He is GT 350, so be a good test to see how our cars match up against him. So far, oil temps are in check. Everything looks like it's pretty good. I'm on the 350 track map, so not full power, but everything seems like it's good, and being in group 4 seems like plenty of power. We are hitting some traffic, but we'll see how this session goes. We're getting out earlier, so we're not dead last.
Alright guys, pay attention to Mike ahead of me in his 2016 WRX. This is what 160 horsepower more looks like coming up on the straightaway. So just be ready for that, guys, and I'll let you listen to it. Epic. Here in session 2, Mike finally got ahead of me starting out the entire session. It was clear to see 160 horsepower plus his Toyo Proxy R888s were much faster than my car. But it was just really cool to be out there with another car of the same build. So for reference, Mike has full bolt-ons, ETS kit, STI transmission, STI brakes, basically every bolt-on you can think of. We did end up catching up a little bit, Mike more so than me, with the GT350 ahead of us, but being new, you just don't know how much space to give people, and I think if I would have got behind the GT350, it would have been a pretty good back and forth. He would have had more power in the straights, and I felt a little more confident in the turns. On the last straightaway, Mike's car hit mile-per-hour limiter, so his car is limited to 147. Once he hit that, his car went into limp mode. He didn't have near as much horsepower, and he had to go back and reset his tune with the access port. So there you can see him giving out the hand signal to go back into the pits. Once he did that, he came back out on track. In the 350Z, this was a father-son combo out for their first track day. It was really cool to see that. At some point I hope to be able to do that with my son, but these guys were just super nice and really helpful out there, so it was cool to run into them and see that people were doing this together. What's up, guys? Today we're mid-Ohio. I'm doing the first track day ever in my WRX, and just out to have a good time today. I've been keeping track of my track times, but they're around the 159, 157 is my best so far, but I don't want to get too caught up on numbers and ruin my first experience, so it's just numbers will come. I just want to, get out here and have fun, and that's what we're doing today. So everything's been really good with the car. Oil temps, highest I've seen were the last session 2. Car oil temp got up to about 223 with the top mount oil cooler, and then I did some modifications to the ducting so I could get some more air into that. Brakes are doing pretty good. I would like a little bit more front brake in the over there. That would be nice to have. And but yeah, it's just a good day and hanging out. I got my buddy in front of me, and he's actually up 150 horsepower, so his car's putting down. Oh wow, everybody's lined up. You really got to get in here lined up fast, because the faster cars go in the front. We figured that out the hard way. Tire pressures are around 22. When we're coming back into the pit, seems like they're just under 30, so I'm not sure if we'll have enough pressure, but so far the car is kind of doing like all-wheel drifts around the turn, so I don't think my braking points are right, and then my turn-in's right, so I'm just learning that. guys saw the video previous to this one, by now you know, and you've seen the off-track video. So what happened with that is there was a Camaro ZL1 1LT. This guy, he came up and talked to me after everything happened, and he was really cool about it. Cool guy in general. So it was really cool to meet up with him and actually talk to him. But he was coming up behind me on the straights and gaining pretty quickly. So sounds like he did a few extra things to his Camaro, and he had about 560 horsepower just for the track map. So on these straights like Thunder Valley here, he was gaining on me pretty good, but I still had pretty good confidence in the corners, and it didn't seem like he was pushing up on me too heavily. So we went about a lap and a half maybe before I flagged him on, and then I let him go by. You'll see it coming up, and then shortly after is my off track. But it was a good time in general. Definitely a learning experience not to get caught up in moments like this going forward. So right here, I've just been charging this turn a little faster, more and more, and then when he finally got in front, that's just when all went bad, and I hit the brakes in the middle of a turn, and just inexperience, wasn't thinking clearly, and got caught up in the moment. So that's what that was.
Let the Camaro by. Just can get it. Tail end came around. All right. Well. Too much. That's what happens. Try not to go off the track this time. That's embarrassing.
Obviously here in session 4, this was the session just after going off the track. It actually couldn't have happened at a better time. It was right before lunch and things shut down for about a half hour. No groups were running. So it worked out really well, and you know, it's unfortunate that it happened, but even so, when I got back to the pits and you know, was checking over the car, people were concerned. It wasn't like pointing fingers and high school drama or anything like that. Everybody was really cool about it. You know, they asked if I was alright, if the car was alright, and that was it, really. No more mention, nobody came by, talked to me about it. You know, just really cool guys out there to help you out, and that's all I experienced with this track day. That's the biggest thing I took away from it. A lot of people were just out there, same objective, to have fun, do a track day, put down good times if they were in different classes that have been doing this a couple times. But overall, generally everybody was pretty helpful. Nobody was really catty or anything like that. So it was definitely enjoyable, and I do look forward to trying to get out and do more track days.
Everything seems fine with the car. this track stuff is so fun. It's cool because, I mean, I like driving on the street and stuff, but there's high consequence. Out here, there's high consequence, but you don't have to worry about other people and like stuff in the middle of the track. You don't have to worry about police. It's, you know, you can really just go ham if you want. Definitely enjoying this. This is cool. The car feels really good. All the chassis support that I put on, all the braces and all the stuff like that is really coming into focus on the track. I mean, you could really utilize that. The only thing that holds you back is the tires. You know, they're still street tires. They don't have crazy good grip, but it's definitely enough to get out and enjoy.
Remember the STI at the beginning of the video in session 1. Here he is again in front of me. This is one of the last sessions of the entire track day. So obviously I think I've learned a few things with the car and I was feeling more comfortable around the track. Definitely showed here a little bit in this video. I did talk to this guy, I think second session or something like that. And yeah, we definitely did seem pretty evenly matched on that very first session. However, on this session, things seemed a little different that way. help but laugh, man, seeing that thing in my rear view mirror coming up for like the last half of the track. It was hilarious. I was like, wow, you know, how much did that thing cost versus what I'm driving? And it just blew by me. But those things were completely stripped out. So it was him and I think a couple other buddies, maybe like 2 or 3 more Fiestas, just completely stripped out and out there ripping. It was a riot.